Hey everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Let's Talk Leeds with me, G. I'm joined with my full commodity of hosts, or full complement of hosts in Mike and Matt. Say hello.
Hello.
How you doing, lads? What do you think to that shower of shite on Saturday? And just a brief introduction to it.
Yeah, well, I think you've introduced it quite well.
Yeah,
It
shower of
was,
shite.
yeah. No, there was few positives to take from it, but
We'll
yeah,
get
it just
into them
wasn't.
shortly.
Yeah,
It won't be a
it
long
just
video, I don't think.
it just wasn't kind of the performances of what we've been seeing
Yeah,
before, and it was just
bit of a
a bit of a
shock.
shock.
Yeah. Matt, anything to add briefly, or before we move into it?
Shit.
That sums up perfectly, I
That was
think.
it. It was shit.
It was shit. Right, so
Mm.
before we get into the game on Birmingham, I've got a couple of rants. And the first rant is about fellow Leeds fans who think that people who don't go to the game's opinion don't matter. Now, I'm sorry, but we can't all afford to go every week. We can't all go because of certain circumstances that affect everyone's lives. People might have kids, they might live miles away. When you get some chump on what do you say? Syphilis. Syphilis might keep you away. Right? But you've also got like one of the All Leeds TV YouTube channel. The guy did a video on there, and someone basically said that in the comments. And I'll dig it up if I can find it, and I'll put it in the you should be able to see it now. And it's just like, but the guy himself is basically, not to grammar police it or whatever, but he just sounded like a complete buffoon, really. He's said all that lot and said, I don't take anyone's comments seriously or whatever who don't go to the game. I just think it's dog shit. Like you said, there's loads of different reasons. And obviously, Matt was aware of this as well, and he decided to reply in the ways that he knows best. Go on, Matt. I don't know if you want to say anything on the matter.
Well, yeah. It was incoherent. I don't like being the grammar police, like G said, but I went, no space between I and went. A poor performance. It's like grammar, punctuation. Like these are foreign concepts. Didn't even spell size right. He spelled it SIAZ. And basically, my comment back, and you probably got it on screen now, is funny that because I'm not interested in the opinion of someone who struggles to string a sentence together.
Well, yeah, and that's what it is. It's those sort of people, but there's you see quite a lot of comments in the forums saying stuff like this, and the amount of times I have to bite me, I was gonna say bite my fingers as opposed to my tongue because it would be like typing, but it's just like, I don't know why do people feel that they're better than someone because they can go to the games? It just annoys me. It just really pisses me off that we're not allowed an opinion. That's what I was going to say as well, is because if you're at the game, you don't have the benefit of replays and things like that. We do, right? And that is exactly why that's why it narks me, because surely those who watch it, yeah, people call them armchair fans and they're not getting in the atmosphere or whatever. It doesn't stop us supporting Leeds as much as you guys. It's just you're probably in a slightly more privileged position, or that's your priority more than, like, in my situation, sorry, than my kids, or kid in this case. But you know what I mean? You got to think about these things, and people saying stuff like that. It just grinds my gears, to quote Family Guy. But
Already grabbed my gears.
yeah.
Furthermore,
But
I could quite easily sit here and say, "Oh, I'm not interested in the opinion who doesn't have LUFC tattooed down their forearm."
yeah,
Yeah.
I do. So fuck your opinion if you haven't got that, because you're not a true fan. Unless you've been inked, you're not a true fan. Fuck you, G. Fuck you, Mike.
exactly. Yeah,
You don't got Bielsa tattooed on your arse, then I don't care what you have to say.
There you go. Anything to add on that, Mike? Are you like pretty much? Have you got a counter to that?
No. Obviously, I'm in complete agreement with you guys. It's obviously I would love to go to every. I live a million miles away from Leeds, but I would love to go. Yeah, you're pretty much quite close, just left of it. But no, it's yeah. Obviously, some of us just aren't in the position to watch every match yet. I still follow them. I like every news source I possibly can find on them. I watch as much videos on them as I can do, and keep up to date with as much news as I can do on the club. And
Like we all do.
yeah, it's just silly that somebody I don't know why fans think that just because they go to the games that they're more of a fan than. I mean, some people don't even live in the same country
Yeah.
As the club they support, which sometimes is a bit strange. But if that's their chosen club, that's their chosen club. They're not going to be able to attend many games or if any at all. But yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it just causes arguments amongst fans, as it's clearly riled us, well, me a little bit, but it's made me say something on the matter anyway. But anyway, moving on to the other rant, and this ties in with Birmingham City, or the Birmingham City result rather, and it's just Leeds all over, isn't it? Right, you're thinking about it, right? Birmingham City hadn't won a game all season. They'd drawn 6, granted, and lost 2, which isn't terrible, but it's still they haven't won a game. And it happens to us all the time. Whenever a team's doing shite, just get Leeds to come to you or go to Leeds. You'll get a result. Look at I think back, and the one that always sticks out in my memory, I think it was 2005, Rotherham United away from home. It was November, and they're not won a game all season. And we go there and lose 1-0. 85th minute header from McDonald or something like that. He scored a header from a corner. And we had Michael Ricketts up front. I remember him having an air shot when it was easier to score.
The whole season where we got relegated.
Yeah.
Whole season.
Which time we got relegated? Both of them. Yeah. But anyway, moving on to today's game. To the weekend game against Birmingham City. Now, I've got an admission here. I was in Blackpool, sunny Blackpool, with the family. We went to go see the lights. It was awesome. As good as Blackpool can be. Full of scroats through the day. And, the clientele, if you like, in the evening, when you expect it to be really rough and bad, was better in the evening, believe it or not. But we only stayed to have a look at some of the lights, and then we pissed off in. But in doing this, I actually missed the game. For some reason, the internet was shocking. It wouldn't let me connect to anything, so I couldn't even watch it. So I was reliant mainly on Matt and Mike updating us in our Twitter chat, which apparently went very, very badly. We're going to get into it shortly. Well, I suppose right now. I'm going to pass on to whoever wants to go first because, like I said, I've only seen the highlights, and I know there's been some shocking performances. And a couple of howlers and whatever, but I'll let whoever wants to go first describe.
Go on, Matt. I know you've got.
Okay.
To say.
Okay.
Let me just get comfortable.
Yeah.
Before I just kick off on this, I don't want to jump on their back too much, but it was terrible from a lot of standpoints. The first of which, obviously, you could look at the goals. I'm going to give Bailey Peacock-Farrell the benefit of the doubt for the first one. And while he got wrong-footed, there was a defender between him and the ball. Now, while I think he could see Che Adams, I think maybe the ball was a little bit obscured. So when he saw Che Adams open his body up, he think, okay, he's going to try and go. He's going to go to my left.
Post, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I've done that to goalkeepers before. Give them the eyes, show them left. Hit it low right.
At the highest level, aren't you, Matt?
I've played everywhere, mate. Yeah. But also the second one, again, I think he just got wrong-footed. It's not the first time we've seen a keeper wrong-footed by a shot which he thinks is going to be hit better than it actually is, and I think that's what happened. I didn't see many replays from other angles for that one, but yeah, I mean I'll give Bailey Peacock-Farrell the benefit of the doubt for the goals, but honestly, defensively, we should have shut them down long before it got to the point where they would get a shot on target.
Yeah,
we couldn't string 5 passes together. The second balls, every time it was Birmingham winning it, and I think it's good in a way that Bielsa recognised it was a problem and he made the substitution, because I don't think there's a lot of managers out there who have got the balls to make a substitution with about 10 minutes of the half left to go. So we sort of perked up after that point. He recognised it was a problem. It wasn't quite working. He made the change and we did perk up a bit. But again, it's just going forward, we didn't really show much invention. And I suppose you could say partially that's due to the fact that Birmingham set up very well. Those 2 banks of 4 were very, very rigid, very tight, very well managed, and very well disciplined. But when it takes 65 minutes to get your first shot on target, you know it's going to be a bad afternoon. And I think it was just, when the goal came, it was just a bit, too little, too late. And just when the first goal went in, you just kind of got the feeling it was going to be one of those days, really. And it turned out to be, yeah.
Yeah, it's, the one thing that sticks out to me with regards, because it's Garry Monk, is former manager syndrome. We always seem to do poorly against former managers, don't we? Mike, anything to add on that?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, obviously, why did we have to lose to Garry Monk's side? Like, why did it have to be his side that we lose our first game to? Yeah, kind of echoing kind of what I said. I mean, I think a lot of people have said that it was Peacock Farrell's fault on the first one. He was wrong-footed, but as Matt rightfully said, there was defenders in front of him that Che Adams shouldn't have even been allowed to kind of get into that position. Really, second goals for me was just a shambles. I mean, Douglas had to kind of, even if Adams didn't shoot, I think it was Jota was just outside him because Douglas had to come in to kind of cover a gap, and there's a man free over on the other side anyway. So I think he would have probably gone through and possibly scored either way. So it was just shocking all round. I think it just goes to show that like when Roof was out injured, I thought this is Bamford's time to step up now and do it. And then obviously Bamford's been made it. He's got an injury as well in the under-23s. I mean, he worked hard and he was trying to hold the ball up. But yeah, he's not. He isn't at the level at the moment where we need to be. I think in a few seasons' time he'll be a really, really good player if he can kind of knuckle down. And but I think that match against Birmingham showed more than ever how big like Roof has been, and especially like Hernandez, because since Hernandez has gone, like we've done okay, but our performances that haven't been anywhere near the standard of what
Preston weren't there, and Preston was very, very good, and it made us all start to think, well, we're not missing these players that are missing, and then all of a sudden, like I said, Birmingham City were in table form. They weren't as bad as they're not quite as bad as Preston in terms of league standings, but I don't know whether it were complacency or what. Sorry, mate, just continue.
No, so I was going to say with Preston though, like someone at my work's a Preston fan, so obviously like I kind of follow them a little bit more because he obviously, especially with that match coming up, I was like, oh God, I really hope we don't lose to Preston because he's going to be on me all day about it. But I was quite confident going into it because like he's been telling me how bad they've been all season, like they're shocking. They've got no confidence, they've got no leaders in the team, and he was saying like he even expected. He said, "Oh, I'm expecting a 4 or 5-0."
Sounds like us last season.
Here. So yeah, so he was really like. So that's why I was kind of confident going into that one. But to be fair, like I think Birmingham did what Preston probably should have done. They had a game plan. They stuck to it 100%. They just defended for their lives. But I mean, as I mentioned at the start, there was a few positives to take away from the game. Obviously, Forshaw getting some more game time as well. That was pleasing to see back from fitness, and he looked good. To be fair, he looked okay for what we saw of him. I do think that Phillips. I know he took him off, but I do think even when he was on the pitch, he looked a bit sluggish. I think. I'm not too sure if he's. I don't think he's got a knock or anything, but he didn't look.
Well, Bielsa just said it were his fault. He said it were a tactical change. He got his tactics wrong. But I mean, why would he say? I don't understand that because I believe he changed to the 3-1-3-3 or whatever it is, a formation. But he's never started with that formation. So has he got it wrong, or is it just a case of he's had to change for arguably the first time, if you know what I mean? Apart from I'd say first time. He did get Swansea, didn't he, as well? But
yeah, I was going to say we have done it before, but no, it's, I don't know. He came out and said it was his fault. He got it tactically wrong on the day. But for me as well, there's just a lot of players on the pitch who just didn't perform up to the level they needed to, or from what we've seen or expected. It's like few and far between. I've noted here that the second half we had some really good, nice passing, but we just weren't getting anywhere with it. It was nice, pretty football, but there was no end product. It was just, it's just disappointing, really.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a few notes written down based on basically what I've seen and in terms of the highlights and comments and what have you. Is Peacock Farrell had a mare with his goals. I mean, you've kind of tried to explain what's happened, which is let's say benefit of doubt for the first one, second one a little bit less, so with sounds of things. Alioski scored a good goal, but besides that was shocking, and apparently a lot of fans weren't swayed by the fact he scored a goal. It didn't hide his poor performance. Bazza Beckham having a bad game, a rare bad game. Bit surprised on that one. Anything in particular that he just his passing, was it, I guess?
Yeah, I thought his passing wasn't. It was quite sloppy in possession. Gave it away a bit too much. I don't think he did too much defensively wrong, but
just when you wanted to break away, sort of thing. So yeah, in terms of, I'm gonna have to be exempt from this part anyway. But any man in matches?
You got anyone, Matt?
No, I can't really. Nobody really stood out. I think it just it's just one of those games where nobody really stands out. Nobody was a cut above that trying to make stuff happen, or was successfully making stuff happen. So yeah, I can't really think of anyone who stands out as being our best player.
A few people did say Dallas did all right when he came on. Really not any good.
I was going to say, like, if two players who I think were better than the rest, basically, wouldn't say man of the match or anything, but Dallas and Cooper, I think they were. Dallas was definitely trying to make something happen. Like, it wasn't coming off for whatever reason, but I felt like he was trying.
Yeah,
I think he had a bit of a point to prove as well. He is fighting for a spot, isn't he? So.
Yeah, he's not started this season yet, has he? Or has he? No,
I think Edmondson looked okay when he came on as well. Again, obviously didn't have a lot of minutes, but I don't know if he's an option. How far Reef is away, like I think it's October time, so I'm not too sure how close he is. Like, do we maybe swap Roberts out and give Edmondson a start? Harrison just looked lost in the second half. He looked like he forgot how to play football. Not the best day. To be a Leeds fan,
it didn't sound good, but I mean the only the positives I've seen, if you can call them positives, is last season I mentioned it I think briefly before against Millwall. We'd have been turned over well beaten, and basically rolled over and had his bellies tickled or whatever else. At least I know it's stats, and stats don't always matter. It's the goals that matter and whatever you. But the fact is, they had 4 shots, we had 17. That would have been probably the other way around last season. They'd had 17 shots and we'd had 4 or whatever. So I'm not panicking yet. It's obviously going to be a big test against Sheffield Wednesday to see how we get on, because I think we lost to Millwall last season and then lost to Sheffield Wednesday straight after. If I remember rightly, Cardiff, sorry, then Sheffield Wednesday, but 3-0 I think we lost them, didn't we, last season? So I'm hoping we're not going to have a repeat performance of that, but I'm a little bit more confident in that not happening. But I suppose before we get to the predictions, is there any other news, Michael?
I have got some news, but it's not the best news either, really. But obviously, I've kind of been reporting as and when we can, obviously, on the under-23 performance this season. Obviously, they went unbeaten. As well as the first starting 11 had been. Yeah. However, they suffered their first loss to the hands of Bolton as well this week. So, yeah, just not a good
week all around.
Well, no, because I know that the ladies team, I think they lost as well. The only team that won was the ladies development team. I think they won 10-0 though. But
I did see that actually. Yeah, 10-0.
But But
blind school.
I think the actual first ladies Leeds team, I think they lost as well. So yeah, not the best week really for.
Yeah, it's a bit shocking. So I suppose it brings us on to the predictions for Friday night's game against Sheffield Wednesday. So I'll let you guys go before me this time. I think I normally start it off, but what is your prediction? I'll go for you, Matt.
Tough one. Obviously, we've got to bounce back from the defeat. I think we will. I think that maybe it'll be a little bit of a kick up the arse for a few players. So I'm going to go with 2-0.
2-0. And Michael, how about yourself?
Yeah, it is a tough one because obviously we've not seen how, other than obviously the cup match, we've not really seen Leeds in this position at the moment. Like how is he going to handle it? How the players are going to handle it? Sheffield Wednesday have just come off the back of a win. We are away, so I think I'm going to. I don't know. I went quite risky for most ones. I think I might play it safe this time, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
That's what I'm going to go for. But never mind. So 1-1 is Mike. His prediction. Right. With that in mind, then I'm going to change mine. I'm going to say we're going to sneak a 1-0 win. I don't think there'll be many goals for some reason. I don't know why, but I think because we've lost this game. We lost obviously against Birmingham. We conceded a couple of goals. I just can see us being a little bit more solid going into the next game. I would hope. So yeah, I'm going to say 1-0 to us. Still a bit of confidence about us. Right, so before we move on to the pimpage, we might as well, seeing as like we always seem to forget, do the predictions for the Hull City game. We're away again, aren't we? Are we? I think we are.
We are, yes.
Yes, so I'll start this one. I'm going to say it's going to be a 2-1 win. Mike?
Yeah. It's always tough, obviously, judging games ahead of time, especially when it's a few games because we don't know how we're going to perform against Sheffield. Hull haven't impressed me at all this season so far.
No, me neither.
I'm going to hope that maybe, players are back fully fit then, maybe possibly Roof, not too sure. I'm going to go for a big win. I'm going to go for a 3-0.
3-0. Another 3-0. And Matt?
A tough one. I think it's all going to depend on how well we do against Sheffield Wednesday. That could tilt things. But at the moment, if I had to predict it now, I'd say 3-1.
3-1. Right, nice one, guys. Right, so going into the past predictions of the game against Birmingham City, we all opted for wins, I believe. I think I said 2-0. I think Mike said you said 3-1. Did you say
3-1? Yeah.
And what did you say, Matt?
Well, for
Birmingham City.
Birmingham, I think I said 4-0.
4-0. So obviously we're all wrong because we got beat. But I'm going to give the point to Mike because he had both teams to score, and so yeah, and because he's bottom of the table at the minute. Although he's catching us up, so by my calculations, it should be me and Matt on 4 points and Mike on 3 points. It's heating up a little bit now. I mean, you were out of it at one point, Mike, but it just shows, this meaningless contest means a lot to you. So
it's a marathon, not a sprint.
That's the one. There's a long way to go, of course, and that's what we need to remember as well. A lot of fans were getting carried away, thinking we're just going to blow everyone away and go unbeaten. Some people were even saying unbeaten and putting bets on for us going unbeaten for the whole season. It's never that straightforward, unfortunately. I wish it was, but yeah, it's going to be a massive test, in my opinion, to keep going. Get back on track rather than keep going. But yeah, as it is, we're still top of the league, so got to keep positive. Middlesbrough dropped points. Yeah, but I think the dark horses now, well, it's a dark horse, is probably expected to be up there. West Brom, I think I'm a little bit wary of them now. But yeah, I suppose now it's a decent time to move into the channel pimpage. So, Michael, seeing as you've come back and you want on the last one, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I do mobile gaming videos, so basically any games that are Android based, mostly sport related though. Yeah, if you kind of want to see what games look like on a miniature platform, then check my channel out.
Yeah. And you've actually been recently completing some.
I have. I finished my first series ever. Well, not ever, but in about 3 years, I think.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Yeah, and I've just started a FIFA Mobile one. And yeah, I've got some other things. Yeah,
and finally, Matt.
I drive shit fast.
Matt drives the brums.
Do racing content for the most part. So yeah, sim racing games. So if you're into that in any way, shape, or form, then come check my channel out.
Yay. And then finally, as I mentioned last time, made a bold decision to move over to Twitch. And yeah, it's going to be mainly Football Manager 19 and hopefully a bit of FIFA 19. I'll have to wait and see. A bit of pro clubs, Mike. You want to get yourself on PC, mate, and be like old times.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like old times when we played before. With a right laugh.
Yeah,
My
player's still called Jabba now. So.
Yeah. Right, well, thank you very much for watching. Let us know your comments below. Leave your comments below. See what you think about all the subjects. Are we wrong to be ranting about the fans that have a go for people not going and our opinions not mattering? That English is impeccable. You know, it's just. I just think it's shit. I think people don't realise that there's different circumstances. I'm not going to go into it again, but yeah, just let us know what you think below. Let us know your predictions as well. So we'll be back after the Sheffield Wednesday and Hull City game midweek. Hopefully you can join us then. But until then, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.